Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name is Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. I've been quite busy with work this past week, and when I have been home and around here at the shed, I've been doing market prep for the Romsey All About Fibre and Yarn Market, which I will be at as this goes live. So I haven't spent a lot of time doing other farm things this week. I have just gotten back from the hairdresser and I hate my fringe. It it actually doesn't look too bad now on camera, but I'm really disappointed with how it was cut. Um, Partly my fault, I guess. I go to a just cuts. I don't book in. I don't have a regular hairdresser, so you kind of it's potluck if you get a good hairdresser or a bad hairdresser. Um, the rest is really good. Like the shape of this is really nice, and the layers are good, and um, yeah, the length is fine, but the length of my fringe is not right. I wanted to get a curtain fringe, and I'd been growing it out and kind of getting some length in it so that then it could be shaped. And instead of doing that, she's kind of cut it straight again, and she's also taken some of the volume out of here as well. So there's like thick and thin parts. So I'm going to have to do some styling and get a little creative with it for a little while until I can grow it out again. Maybe it'll grow on me, but yeah, right this very second, I am looking at myself and I don't really like it at all. So yeah, I'm going to keep sort of like playing with it. And anyway, um, it is hair and it will grow out, and I'm sure it's not as bad as I feel that it is, but right now, not happy at all. One thing I did do during the week, which is very different for me, is that I went out to a play in the city in the middle of the week. Maybe that's partly too why I haven't done a lot. Uh, Feeling a bit tired from a late night out. When we went and saw the play that goes wrong, it was so funny. It was on at the Athenaeum Theatre. Absolutely like side splitting, laugh out loud funny, like almost the whole way through, and the whole crowd was just laughing nonstop. Real slapstick comedy. So it is. If you haven't heard of it before, look it up and see if you can find somewhere where it's playing because it is really good. It is about an amateur theatre company who are putting on a play, and everything just goes completely wrong through the whole play. So it's a murder mystery play, but the play itself, like that you're actually watching, is that it's going all extremely wrong. So the props keep falling down, people get hurt, and the backstage crew have to step in and become the characters, and it's just really, really cleverly done, and was a huge amount of fun to go to. So as I said, as this goes live, I will be at Romsey, all about fibre and yarn market. So if you're watching this on the morning of the 14th of September and you're in the Melbourne area and you'd like a drive, please come out and say hi to me in Romsey. That would be great. I've been doing preparation this week for that market. I have done some labeling and rescanning of some stuff that I had sitting a while ago. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter how long between markets or how prepared you think you are. For me, I'm always doing those kinds of things really last minute. And I still have quite a little bit of that stuff to do last minute today and tomorrow before I pack the car to be able to get ready. So I did some last minute dyeing last week. I did some aqua on my wispy lace base, and I've also done some storm on my wispy lace. I realized that I didn't have any blues, so I made sure to get some blues dyed up. So they need to be reskeined and labelled. I've also just reskeined some nasturtium on the wispy lace, as well as some winter sunrise and some morning glow as well, also on wispy lace. So I've got quite a good selection of colours on that, and I've got my dream sets and some DK yarn. So hopefully there's something that will inspire you I will have samples of my Christmas yarn, but I won't have it there for sale. It's still available via pre-order on my website, and I will have a QR code available at the market so that you can scan the code and go directly to the page on my website. I will also have some updated yarn spindles and containers. I've got some different colors. I've just got I've got a big box down here that I just need to pack into my supply box. Let me show a couple of them. So I've got a few spindles in this multi orange and this sort of like bronze color. I've got plenty of the containers, the screw containers, and I've also got plenty of the row counters. I've got pink, orange, this blue. I've already still got some in my other container already, so I've got plenty of color to choose from. And I also have both the small and large of the yarn bobbins. I had to think what the name was, for winding yarn from doing intarsia projects or for your scraps. So I've got plenty of colours in both sizes. So hope to see you in Romsey. First to what I'm wearing this week. This is the Melanie jumper. It is now finished, except for the finishings. I have blocked it, and I have now, it was sort of sitting a bit weird under the arms, but I think it's much better now. It was kind of, I don't know, it was quite awkward to put it on before. So blocking has made that quite comfortable. It is a fitted drop sleeve. The arms are quite snug and tight, but I don't mind that. I probably would have gone up to the neck size, to be honest, with the arms, but I'm pretty sure I would have run out of yarn. So I have gone with the smaller size, and it's fine. It is so soft, this fabric. It is beautiful. It's come out so nice. It is the Leosum Pole Merino in the basalt colorway, and Fiberific Tencel Merino in the coral colorway held together. So what I need to do to finish it off is, because let me show you the full length of these sleeves. The full length of the sleeves is to about halfway down my hand. This is the first time I've tried it on since it's been dry from blocking. So what I need to do is now, and I've got a marker in here, is fold the cuffs down on the inside to that point, and then neatly like tack it down around so that it stays, and it'll create like the cuff. So it'll probably sit, I'm going to make it reasonably long. I think I'm going to have it sit about there on my wrist. And I also then need to do the same for the hem at the bottom. So just stand up for a second. So it's rolled at the moment, and it's not too bad in terms of length, but I just need to sort of roll probably just up like that and tack that down. And then I'll probably give it a reblock just so that it sits nicely. So yeah, really happy with this knit, and a good use of a stash yarn, as well as the use of a brand new yarn from my stash from Bendigo. And yeah, I do recommend this pattern. It was a free pattern, very easy to follow, and I think it is a sort of one of those really nice looking timeless pieces that you can throw on during spring and autumn. It's a good piece to have on today. It's not super cold, but it's not warm. So yeah, I'm happy to have finished this one. Continuing on from the wristbands, that I was knitting last week for my nephew for his trip to Thailand. He leaves next week. I have knit, I think, 26 in total. These are the last 3 that I have had to finish. My sister has all of the others all bundled up, ready to go. I will put in some video here of what they all look like together. And there's a little koala dude on the button. Um, so yeah, I think in the end we made 106 total. So I didn't do all that many. Deb crocheted most of them, and then I've just contributed a small amount of knit ones just to help her out to get the numbers up. So, yeah, I did a whole lot of those last weekend, and these were my final three. And the other thing I've been working on is the winter song jumper out of the Pirate Pearls Belgian linen and merino blend in the My Lover's Eyes colorway. Keep having my little bit dangling out. Yeah, need to get that fixed now that I've decided what I'm going to do with these. And I have made quite a bit of progress on the body of this. After my pause in terms of trying to figure out the sizing, I've just decided I'm just going to go with it. I'm probably at the point now, though, where I need to put it on to a cord and give it a try on, just to make sure that it is looking as it should. But I am really loving the fabric that it's giving, and I'm really loving the colorway. There is blue and green and sort of and teal. I am alternating the skeins. I can see some stripes in it, but they are happening sort of like not like every other row. So excuse me. So it is because of the yarn in general, not because of the two different skeins. So that's fine. So I think I will try this on in the next day or so that I don't continue to knit on a body that is going to be too tight. But I think that it is going to be fine. And now I'm thinking about what I should cast on next. I was using these wristbands as sort of my very mindless, easy project. Didn't have to think about it. I'm still not super motivated to knit on socks. This is my stockinette in the round project, so I don't think I need something else like that. So I am considering if I cast on the Wattle by Vera Marku that I've been looking at for a little while. From the yarn from Fluff and Nonsense. It's a yak merino singles that I pulled out of another project that I had decided I wasn't going to continue to make. So that's kind of what's on my mind. And that might be something that is more useful moving into summer, spring and summer, rather than because the other thing I've got is the EXP by Santa and Co. I've got yarn for it. I've already got the pattern, so I could cast that on, but I can't imagine that I'm going to get a ton of wear out of that between, like, by the time I finish it and summer being around the corner. So I might start to focus on things that are more spring, summer related rather than winter. This is probably the last sort of winterish thing. This one, being made partly from linen, is going to be a much lighter item to wear, and I'm probably going to end up doing like half or 3/4 sleeves on it rather than full length sleeves. So it will hopefully get some wear over some of the warmer months. I am finding it hard to get into that groove of knitting for a season ahead. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.